for joining me for my second Fridays with Fallon, which, as you know, sounds a little cheesy, but that's me, right?
I think it's cute. I love it.
Well, I'm so excited to talk about the new course that we have. And if you wouldn't mind sharing just with the group a little bit more about how we met and then kind of what led you to purchasing the Brain Health Trainer course.
Absolutely. So we've known each other for about a year and a half. I was originally introduced to you by Dr. Chapik at the Amen Clinic in Bellevue, and he introduced you to me as one of the super health coaches, and you introduced me to Amen University.
And if you could tell us about the course, as a really busy mom, you're super active in your community. That's why I felt like you'd be the perfect person to talk about it as our guest of a non-medical profession. What are some of the things that stuck out to you as a mom that's really busy and really had to figure out a way to get these hours in?
Well, I'll tell you, I just finished the course like this week, and it was amazing. I was hooked in the first 5 minutes, so it wasn't hard to get through the course because it was incredible. Such fabulous information presented in such an easy format. It was easy to do from home. In fact, right now, with my kids home more than ever because of COVID, I'd be listening to it on my laptop in the kitchen, making dinner, and then my kids get drawn in. Like literally my 15-year-old would say, wait, what did Dr. Amen just say? Replay that part. And so they were really interested in soaking up the information as well. It was really easy, and we enjoyed the course immensely.
I love that. And as someone that knows a little bit about our treatment plans and how complex they can be, and especially implementing into the life of a busy mom, what are some things that you took away from the course that were new to you?
Well, one thing, I felt like that there was a lot of great information in the course that was things that I had kind of known about, but he went into really detail and made it so much easier to understand some of the neuroscience and the information that he has created, his business and his practice out of. And I loved the research that he went over. It just was so easy to understand the material that he was sharing. And then I loved the nearly 70-page workbook at the end to help me through the course as well, to make sure I was really getting everything. It's hard to narrow down my favorite part because I really enjoyed a lot of it. But I feel like that this section on nutrition was especially good for me as a mom, because so often we have different goals in mind with the nutrition that we provide ourselves and our family. But I think rarely are we really considering our brain health as part of what's driving our nutrition choices. So I really like that section a lot.
Definitely, especially I think a lot of us, when we think of fat, we're still kind of coming out of that poor relationship that we had in the 80s and 90s where fat was bad, fat made you fat. Your brain is made of fat and water. It's so important to get those healthy fats. And I know we've talked a lot about the cooking oils and when not to use olive oil and things like that. If you wouldn't mind sharing a couple of those things that you changed about your kitchen in your cooking.
Sure. Well, and on that subject, something that was really interesting, I can't remember if I shared with you, but when Dr. Chapik was going over some of, the lab work for my 15-year-old, the thing that stood out to him is he said, your son has extremely low cholesterol, so low that it's going to be impairing some of his brain function, and we need to do what we can to get more healthy fats into his diet. So we've already gone through our first bottle of avocado oil and need to get more, and we've got coconut oil and MCT oil and making fat bombs and all the things to try and help get that healthy fat into the kids and into our way of, just our way of eating.
I love that. And I love that you have kids that are so willing to do this with you. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think it just shows that when kids are given the information, and especially at the ages that they're at, it's so helpful to them. I feel like the message that comes across in these courses is so much about, yes, get to know your brain type. Yes, go for optimal brain health, but but whatever you have now, you can probably improve greatly upon your current brain health. And so that's exciting. That's exciting for kids. They want the best brain that they can have, and it's good to give them the skills. And I love the information in the course.
Awesome. I'm so excited about that and so grateful how much you've implemented all these things into your family. And then I wanted to hear a little bit more just as a community leader. And I know you're one of the most humble yet generous people I've ever met. Just how you're hoping to kind of incorporate this into your church community and the PTA and those kinds of things that you're involved in.
That's so sweet of you. When I listened to the first section and it talked about some of the special courses that are designed for youth in mind, that are even part of high school curriculum at a high school in Canada, I just jumped. I thought, yes, we need to get this information to our young people. They need to know the latest and best information about brain health. And so I'm really excited to share with friends that I have on, the local board here, that really their goal is to help create resilience in our youth. And this is not something that is currently, before them. And I'm so excited to say, you guys, this is something that's available that we can use. What a wonderful tool. Same with the youth leaders at our church, the adults that supervise those youth groups. And yes, definitely through the parent teacher organizations, I will be going and showing them this wonderful tool.
I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful that you took this course and you're going to be sharing it, because I know that you knew some of this information for you personally and a couple other family members, but when you're able to make yourself better and then make the people around you better, I mean, we've talked about that since the beginning of our relationship, just how healthy you need to be so you can make other people healthy. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of your journey and just seeing all the wonderful things you're going to do in the Pacific Northwest.
Thanks, Fallon. You've been an amazing coach, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Thank you.
Don't make me cry. Is there anything that you would say to anyone that's interested in this course and doesn't really know how it would be helpful or how they would apply it if they aren't a therapist, counselor, physician, etc.?
Right. Well, that's one thing that really struck me as I listened to this course. There were 8 different sections, and at first I thought I wasn't sure what would be contained in the different sections, but I realized that this information was not just for therapists, counselors, and teachers, that this message about brain health and what we know about healing the brain and supporting the brain is something that every human being should be aware of. So it's helpful to everyone. And as a parent, you spend so much time investing in your kids, and you want them to be healthy and happy adults. And so this is information that you need to have, that you need to know, and that you need to live, and that you need to share.
Absolutely. And I will joke about it, but I was serious when I was putting the title together for a video. I really wanted it to be Super Mom with her super coach, because you really do go above and beyond for your family and your community. And I'm just so grateful that you have another tool in your toolbox to help them.
Thank you, Fallon, for sure. Knowledge is power. And this, I feel so empowered after participating in this course.
Yay. Well, I'm so grateful for you just overall. You're one of my favorite people.
Thanks, Fallon. You're the best.
Anything else that you wanted to share? You've been so incredibly helpful.
Just if you're even thinking about taking this course, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best things that I've come across, and so easy to get the information. I just give it 2 thumbs up.
Yay. Well, I really appreciate your insight so much.
Thanks, Fallon.
You're the best, and I hope that you have a good rest of the day. I think you're going back to the commuting and shuttling the kids around. I think you said one of your kids is at a water balloon fight right now, which sounds so fun.
Driving circles around this island. That's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you get back to it. And thanks again so much for carving out time for the course and then able to talk to us about it today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks, Fallon. Take care.
You too.